Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in the new Buzzin lounge in Soi Chaiyapoon.
Indeed.
Otherwise known as Pattaya. We've got the celebrity around town, Trevor. And I'm going to ask him a few questions. Do you want to just tell us a bit about yourself and where you grew up? And
Well, originally I'm from London, and I've been living here now 11 years. And got a YouTube channel and got a bar, and I do a lot of video work, a lot of photography work. And yes, it's alright, it's good. It keeps me busy.
Right, mate, I'm going to ask you a few weird questions. I don't know how
Weird questions?
Yeah,
Okay,
just strange things, right?
He's got a list.
What's one thing you could talk about for hours?
One thing I talk about for hours, Pattaya.
Pattaya?
Yeah, I mean, it's the nice thing about this city is like it just brings people from all around the world with all different opinions, all different views, all different concepts, different thoughts about what to expect, what the city is, what it isn't, and they come here in thousands and thousands, hopefully thousands more. But the problem is some people come in with blinkers on, and they're like, oh no, it's just that sleazy city that we all know around the world. And it's far different. You know, there's 27 golf courses here, so people love golf come here. It's the golf mecca of Thailand. Yeah, there's so much to offer here. So yeah, I could talk about the city for hours.
Cool, good stuff. What makes you smile?
Thai culture.
Yeah.
I love the Thai culture. When you're here, I say this to many people, this is a postage stamp size of Thailand. It's a tiny, tiny little postage, and it's not real Thailand. When you go back out to the village, I live in the village, so when I go up home, I live 315 kilometers away from the city. I'm the only Falang in the whole of the city. There's no English spoken, we only speak in Thai, but it's beautiful. It's just lovely.
It's a different world, dude.
Oh, it's a totally different world, yeah, totally.
If you could know the truth about one thing, that end, like MH370, does God exist, what would you like to know?
Did the lady boy I got drunk and slept with actually do me?
You don't know?
To this day, I don't know. All I know is I'll tell you the story very quickly. I was in Walking Street. I'd had a really heavy night. I was absolutely plastered. I used to stay in the Windy Inn at the very end of Walking Street, and basically I went back to the room with two lady boys. I woke up in the morning in a very poor state, pants around the ankles, all the rest of it, and I was just like, holy...
You don't know if you've been tampered with?
Well, I had a little squeeze, it was okay, so I was like, that's not too bad. But when I went downstairs, I knew the receptionist for years, and she's like, oh, couldn't see. Last night you let Katoy, mate. I'm like, oh, no, please, don't say it. And then the worst thing was 2 days later, I kind of like forgot about it. Well, not forgot about it, but I was kind of like, it's done and dusted now. And I'm walking down Walking Street, I'm actually going out. So this is about 7 o'clock in the evening. And these two brutes just come in, T, how are you? I'm like, hi. You have a good time with me last Holy shit. I was like, really? Oh yeah, it was a great time. I must go, sorry. But yeah, I'd like to know the answer. I'd like to know, did they really do me?
Have you ever cried in a movie?
Yeah.
Cool. I've asked this to a few people and they all say, no, I'm a man, I don't cry. I'm
going, no, I mean like Shawshank Redemption, I really love that. Oh, there's so many, yeah.
What's one thing you're proud of you've done in your life that you don't get a chance to talk about?
That I don't talk about? Oh, that's a good question. Something I've done that I don't talk about. That's a good question. I mean, I've lived a pretty varied life, so I go for something like just helping people. I've helped a lot of people that I don't mention. Obviously, people that follow my channel know that I've done a lot of helping here and fed all the homeless for 12 weeks during COVID and the orphanage, etc. But that's just a tip of the iceberg. I've done so much that I don't talk about. So I think like when you look at all those kind of things that you can do without being, hey, did you know I did this? Yeah, they're proud moments in my life. I mean, I've lived here 11 years. I've been helping people here for probably 9, 10 of those years. And I've only really mentioned it for the last 2 years.
If you could spend 1 hour with anyone dead or alive,
Mike Tyson.
Sitting here, Mike Tyson?
Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, he's a guy that's come from like the depths of street gang wars and all the rest of it, and he then became the youngest ever heavyweight champion of the world. He was with Customato, who was his godfather, guiding him through and everything. Then Jim Jacobs came along with Bill Clayton and they changed his perspective. In came Don King, and it was the whole, look, you're black, I'm black, why are you with these white guys, come with me, and he destroyed him. And then he goes into prison for the rape accusations, etc. I'd love to sit down with him and just, you know, he's gone from having multi-millions to being nothing to be back to where he is. What a life. I'd love to know, how do you keep getting up every day with that kind of, I mean, you know, you're a YouTuber, you know, people come up to you and they talk about you, they've seen you, blah, blah, blah. But this guy's he's one of the most famous people that ever graced the boxing ring. So I'd like to know about how it all works.
Okay, cool. Have you ever had a celebrity crush?
Have I had a celebrity crush? Danny Minogue was pretty hot when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Danny Minogue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on her sister, but Danny Minogue, she had something about her. Probably Beth out of Emmerdale. I liked her as well, she was fit.
What did you want to be as a kid growing up?
I actually wanted to be a fireman, but I couldn't be a fireman because my mother's husband was the chief of London Fire Brigade, and I didn't want to go into the fire service knowing that they would say, oh, you know who he is, you know who his dad is, or his stepdad. You know, I didn't want to do that, so I joined the army instead, but I'd love to have done. I grew up in the fire service.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully alive.
Keep it simple.
Well, yeah, I mean,
with a pulse.
The one thing I've learned out here is like when I was living in London for all the years, you always have plans, visions, you know, all this different stuff mapped out in front of you. The one thing Thailand's taught me is that tomorrow's just another day and you don't know what those plans are going to be. So if you make the plan, it's probably going to change. So for me, I'll continue with what we're doing. I mean, I've got the YouTube channel I do myself. I'll continue with that. Obviously, we've got the Buzzin lounge here, which is fun. But no, in 5 years' time, I honestly don't know. But all I know is that whatever's happening will be the best.
Hopefully, you're still breathing.
Yeah.
What is one thing that most people don't know about you?
God, that's a good one. One thing that they don't know about me. I mean, are you talking about like general public, like people or like my close?
So just say, for instance, if you had an animal at home and you wake up one day and the animal could talk, what has it seen you do that other people haven't seen you do?
It'd probably say, Trevor, why did you blow your next door neighbour's window out with the aerosol can you threw in the fire when your mum was at work?
Okay.
He'd probably grasp me up for
So
that.
you're being this shit a little bit.
Oh, mental, yeah. I had a bonfire in the back garden and I was with my best mate Nick Halsey. And Nick, if you're ever around watching, mate, all the best. And it says on the aerosol can, don't expose to naked flames. And I said to my mate, I don't believe that, watch it. We had a little bonfire going, so I tossed it in the bonfire. And he's going, what are you doing? I said, I'll be alright, don't worry about it. Well, look, nothing's happening. And literally nothing happened for about 2 minutes, nothing happened. Went back into the house, all of a sudden, and he goes, with this rocket. And the ball, I mean, it could have hit a wall, the garden fence, anything, but no. It went straight through the neighbour's back window, and she went ballistic. And when my mother came home, well, the worst of it was the window it went through was actually her baby's nursery.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, shit, I'm so sorry. And then I was just counting down the hours until my mum came home. And when she came home, literally about 10 minutes later, there's a knock on the door. And all I got the, Trevor! I was like, oh, here we go. But yeah.
All right, last question.
Go for it.
What situation do you feel most uncomfortable?
You've got some good questions here. What do I feel most uncomfortable in? God, that's a really, I mean, what would I feel most uncomfortable in? I would say, do you know, I don't actually know what I feel. I don't know, maybe if I was sat in front of my headmaster from school. From school days. I mean, being part of YouTube, as you know yourself, you've got to be confident. I'm a people person, so I don't mind talking to anybody and anyone, that's easy. But I think if I was in front of my headmaster, I'd probably be quietly nervous because I wonder what he's going to say about me, because when I was younger I was just a complete dick, I really was, and they expelled me when I was 14, so I'm like, okay, cheers.
Thanks very much,
You're very
Trevor.
welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you,
time,
guys.
mate.
No, you're very welcome.
Come and check out the Buzzin Lounge, guys. Good people, good location, yeah, good stuff. I've got a couple of questions for him. Would you like to just tell us a bit about your background, where you grew up?
Yeah, I'm from England. I grew up in Brighton, which is about an hour south of London. Grew up there and went to school, college. I went to golf college actually. I was quite good at golf and tried to get a scholarship, but I didn't make it unfortunately. And then I worked at Gatwick Airport, which again is just south of London, for 11, 12 years. I took redundancy because I wanted to live in Thailand, and that was basically.
Because you're pretty young, right?
Yeah, I'm 35.
Most of you.
I'm 35 now. Yeah.
Can't have to be you when I was 35.
But the thing is, I first came out here at 26, I believe, and it either was the best decision or the worst decision of my life, because I couldn't deal with England anymore. I couldn't deal with the girls, the dating, the way of life, and so either made me or broke me. It depends how you want to look at it.
True. All right, mate. What's the best piece of advice you've ever got?
I've ever had, what specifically in Thailand or just in life in general?
Your whole life, yeah.
I think it's quite a common one, but always treat others how you want to be treated. If you treat people well, generally, and mean it, not just for. If you treat people well, they will generally, most people will treat you the same back. I mean, obviously you get the odd person, but generally in life, I'd say that's pretty good advice.
Good stuff. You know MH370, the airline, Malaysian airline plane that disappeared?
Is that the one over the Philippines? Was it?
It was about 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
The MH370 just disappeared off the face of the earth.
I think I recall something happening like that.
What do you think, in your opinion, happened to it?
I've never really thought about it.
When you, like with all the sat nav and all the things going on this day and age, you think, how the hell can we lose 500 people on an aeroplane?
Yeah, when you think of it like that. I mean, we're going down conspiracy routes. I really don't know. It's never crossed my mind. Obviously feel sad for the people and the families, but I haven't really thought about it.
If you could sit with anyone dead or alive, just say sitting there for 1 hour, who would you like to sit with and talk to?
I like to have a word with Winston Churchill. I think that wouldn't be a bad person to have a chat with. There's probably a few others I can think of off the top of my head, but yeah, let's go with Winston Churchill.
If you could learn one skill instantly, learn how to do something just like that, what would you like to? What skill would it be?
I suppose flying comes to mind.
Just fly.
Or I mean, I was thinking flying planes, but yeah, or flying myself. I could. That'd be quite pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Okay. What's your most favourable simple pleasure?
At the moment, I really enjoy my golf, and with everything going on with Buzzin and the new bar and the business growing, I haven't really had too much time. I think I've played twice in about 16 months. So really, my aim over the next 6 months is to try and play at least once a week again, because I'm pretty good at it. I enjoy it. It gives you a break from Pattaya, which, as a lot of people know, it's a bit Saturday night every night, and it can grind you down. Yeah. Also, it's good for your mental health and your fitness.
I had my first game of golf this morning, and I couldn't do like the caddies and the showers, and it's just 5-star service.
Oh, it's brilliant! It's brilliant. I mean, golf. I'll be honest, golf isn't the cheapest thing out here, like it is in England and Australia. I mean, you can get yearly memberships out there, and that covers you. So golf does take up some expense. Most stuff in Thailand is cheaper than the West, but golf is certainly not one of them. But yeah, definitely to get out, try and get out again once a week, and then build that up to maybe twice in a few years if I can.
Good stuff. Okay, do you ever had a celebrity crush?
I used to like Christina Aguilera when I was a kid.
What's one list on your bucket list you want to get done?
Oh, what do I still need to do? I really want to, and now I live in this part of the world, I really want to visit Japan and South Korea, and maybe even China for a bit. I've been lucky enough to travel Southeast Asia. I've done a bit of Africa, Europe, and the States, and also South America will be up there as well. I want to do Brazil, Colombia. So yeah, I'll say I want to see more places.
Good to travel. Okay. Last question, what makes you smile?
What makes me smile? Definitely not Trevor. I can see him pointing over there. He makes me cry. No.
I had to ask him the other day when I came and met him, what's a rupert? Because I see the Sunday live show, and if it's not a tip or a rupert, I'm thinking, what's a rupert?
What makes me smile? Just, I don't know. That's a difficult one. Lots of things make me smile. Good day of work, good week of work. Meeting a nice lady for the first time, that makes you smile if you think it's right.
Plenty around here.
Yeah, well, there's plenty around here. You've got to be careful though. Yeah, generally stuff like that. Like I said, I like my golf. I really want to get sport and active again. Since I moved here, I put on about 12-15 kilos, so I need to sort that out. So yeah, I'll say a combination of them things.
Thanks for your time, mate.
You're very welcome.